on Thursday, October 16th. Yeah, I got it pointed at my my clock. It's got the temperature 52.1 degrees out here in my garage studio. Uh, we started probably about 15 minutes ago, loaded up the crucible. I'm just getting prepared to do some copper pouring. Let's see here. Get this going. Dennis the Menace, woo! How you doing? I'm a little ways away from the desk there. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for stopping in. I've been getting prepared for the last 20 minutes to do a copper pour. I cut up some copper, put it in the crucible, 3 kilo crucible inside the 2 auto furnace. I got that going right now. It's at 1,155, climbing to 1,200 degrees Celsius. Emerald Coast Stacker, woo! Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for stopping in. Good to see you. Always good to see you guys. Yeah, if you've seen the picture of the live stream, I'll wait till a few more people get in here. I actually should get reconnecting. Dang it. Yeah, I'm hoping that wasn't going to be a problem. It may be. I should be back. LBS, how you doing? Good to see you. I hope I'm live again. I'm not sure. I had a mishap with my my Wi-Fi extender. Oh, I can turn my volume down. Yeah, I'm live. It may have been because I stepped right in the middle of the signal between my phone and the Wi-Fi extender. I had a mishap and I was trying to move it around and it fell on the cement. And it's got 3 ears for signal, and one of them kind of got broke internally. It still seems to be working. I checked it through my phone before I started the live, and it showed I had excellent signal. So it seems like it is because my laptop is working. Bear with me for a minute. Like I said, I'm still getting kind of set up here. Always good to see you, Liberty Bleeds. Scott Battle Racing, woo! winner, chicken dinner. Okay, let's get that out of there. Close that up. You got OBS. Relic Rat, woo! How you doing? Good to see you. Awesome. Always good to see each and every one of you. Yeah, if you noticed, I don't know, before you clicked it, you probably saw this. Yeah, this is one of my, anybody else have one before. Minty Cactus. She has one. I haven't seen it yet, but I was trying to think about what I wanted to pour. Rakamas, good to see you. I was trying to think of what I wanted to pour. I'm probably going to pour another, I don't know, I'll probably pour a copper, another coin pour. I might do a few more tikis, 1 or 2. I don't know. And let me see if I can't point you over here. It already started in the kinetic sand here. Let me give you an impression, kind of show you what I'm doing here. I'll point you over, maybe zoom you in a little bit. Like I said, I've already got it in there, but I wanted to try to take this knife, maybe do a copper pour right over there. You're giving the eyes to the dentist. But yeah, I had taken this and I smoothed out my kinetic play sand, and I've already done it a few times. I've got it I got it really compact. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, pretty well, except for my hands in the way. I got it in there pretty well. I compacted it pretty good. I went rather deep with it because it ain't going to be a knife completely, but it's going to be the handle part of it. And I want to make a copper pour of it. So I was compressing this as hard as I can, as tight as I can, to try to get a good mold out of this. And I think that might be the first thing I pour. It might be a little while because it was about roughly 25 minutes ago. I got the 2 auto furnace loaded up. I'm not sure how much copper I put in there. I just loaded up to 3 kilo. I loaded up to 3 kilo. I probably got somewhere between 24 or 25 ounces at least, around roughly. But let me give you a little better close-up of this in the kinetic sand. Don't know how well that's going to come out, but think I did a pretty good job. It ain't going to come out quite perfect, quite the best. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to attempt to pour that. It's going to be a pretty good size pour. It ain't nothing small. I'm going to set that right over on the side as long as none of these ladybugs fly in there. I got ladybugs all over the place. It's that time of year. There's that knife. It's probably going to have that little rivet on there coming out. I'm hoping that cross comes out. It's kind of shallow. It may get a little impression of it. I don't know. We're going to find out though. It's good and great to see each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Scrap Metal Racing's already putting guesses down. 8 ounces, he said. Collector! I do that pretty good, don't I? Yeah, it's a 3 kilo crucible. Let me show you the different types of crucibles that I got here. There's 1 kilo crucibles. Here's a 3 kilo. Let's see here. That one's a 2 kilo crucible. Let me get this out of the way. As long as you guys can see that. No, you can't. Let me get the 1 kilo. There's the 1 kilo. This is the 3 kilo. This is the 2 kilo. And that's the 1 kilo crucible. This will hold about 3 kilos worth of metals. This will hold about 2 kilos, and that'll hold about 1 kilo, roughly, give or take. But you're not supposed to fill them all the way up to the top. This is a fairly new one. I've only used that once during my silver pouring. I only plan on using that for silver pouring. I'm going to set that off to the side. And you can see between the difference, the 2 kilo and the 3 kilo, there's not a whole lot of difference. But there is a difference in the diameter of the hole. There's a larger hole in the 3 kilo than there is in the 2 kilo. I'll bring them up closer so you can get a bird's eye view of it. I don't know how well you can determine the size of the diameter of the hole. That's that. Anyways, to answer that question, I'm going to set these off to the side. And like I said, this is something I'm doing. I've done my homework on. I've done a lot of studying. I've done it for years, even prior before me doing my YouTube, before starting up a YouTube channel, being a content creator. Jeff Rubin, woo, good to see you. Thank you so much. Sorry I missed you. You were here a little while ago. I was busy yakking. You're hitting it hard today. Woo. Thanks for stopping by, LBS, and thank you for smashing that like button. Take care. Does Raka Mad mean Raka Mas mean Rockmore? I'm not sure. Probably does. She's rocking, all right. It can be. But anyways, like I said, the 2 kilo right now, as I first started the stream, was just about up to 1200 degrees. I was talking about doing your homework. I'm not following the chat quite so much here because I'm kind of spinning you guys around. But there's the number 2 T-auto furnace. I have the number 1 T-auto furnace right there. Let me turn it down just a little bit. That's the first one I got. It's the second one I got. I got to buy a heat element for that one to get that one working, or get one sent to me. But as of right now, it's starting to glow. It's starting to glow. It's going to be a little bit, so I got a little time to spend with you and chat and kind of talk about things. This is, let me turn you back over here so I can kind of see what I'm doing. This is some of the high content 999 pure copper that I'm using. It's very high grade wire, extremely high grade wire. I've got quite a bit of it, and each piece roughly is about a pound of copper. And I left the insulator ends on this because as that melts down, I may take a few pieces from this and drop them down in there. Now, I do have this other piece that's over here from my previous melting that was a leftover slag piece. I didn't know whether I was going to keep him or not. He was what was left inside. It kind of looks like a rook or a bishop or something for chess. No, I think I'm going to throw him in. Come on, focus. I think I'm going to throw him in and let him join the puddle of current molten copper once it starts melting. Let me see. Hi, Billy. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in. I don't know if I've missed anybody. Let me know. Are you pouring silver or copper today? Copper. I got it loaded up with copper, Jeff. I've got silver out here, but there a lot of the silver that I do have out here is some silver contacts, and I don't think I'm going to melt those. I've thought of it, but I don't think I'm going to do any silver today. If I had both furnaces working and operating, I could probably load the other one up and put the 1 kilo inside the other 2 auto and simultaneously melt two different types of metals. Unfortunately, that one is not working. It'll work, it'll turn on, but then it kicks off. It doesn't stay up to temperature, and it keeps kicking itself back off. I need to buy an element or a switch. I forget. I got to do a little research back on it again. But let me dismount you guys here real quick. Got a real beautiful day outside, and like I said, there's a lot of people that are interested in doing copper pouring and silver pouring and metals, and you need to do your homework before you jump right into it. First of all, you need something to melt the metals with. These are pretty nice units, Tiato furnaces. They're an electric furnace. They work rather well. They got many different types that you can use. Propane. Rise, Babo, good to see you. Always good to see you, brother. Thank you so much. What am I baking today? I don't know yet. I'm not sure, but I did buy a nice ribeye down to the store earlier. I went down there and got myself some raspberry muffin treats and about a ribeye steak. What else? And I bought some more coffee and I checked the mail. And after I got done work, and then I came home and then I started puttering around, getting things ready. Took care of the dogs, took care of Mrs. T-Bird. Came out here, started doing up some copper. Loaded up the crucible. Let me see if I can't open this up. Take a look. Ooh, it's already it's going down. Woo! You can see the molten metal. Well, it's not molten, but it's melting down there because it's sank down. Let me give this a little tap here before it gets too molten. I usually like to add a little bit. Sometimes I'll take that and I'll poke that down. That way there it'll actually. Oop, one thing I didn't do, I didn't put my PPE on. Ooh, I got busted. And I got my PPE gloves right there for when I'm pouring. I should have put those on before I open that up and push that down. Don't yell at me too much, guys. And I got you guys zoomed in. But yeah, it's 4:36. I'm thinking probably within the next 10, 15 minutes, we should have some molten metal there. And if I choose to, it's at 1200 degrees Celsius. Like I said, I always have a window cracked. Up to my garage here, I got a window cracked for ventilation. I got one upstairs in the upper loft. I got my front door garage open, my back door, my garage open. Ventilation going through here. Most times, what I usually like to do. How much are they? The furnaces, Freddie? Thank you very much for coming and stopping by. The furnaces are roughly about, you can get it for just under $300. The last I knew. I don't know what they are now. I haven't checked, but back when I had bought them, they were about $289. But you got to remember, you're also consuming electricity, which that's a cost, and you have other materials and other things you need to get and do. But yeah, like I said, I compressed that. I think that came out pretty well. I'm gonna do that. It's an open sand cast pour and kinetic play sand that I got. I'm gonna set that right there. I'll probably do a tiki, maybe one or two tiki pours. I did that kind of fast. Pulled it away. There's tiki. And I'll probably do maybe one more of these. If I do one of these, that'll be number 6 copper coin pour. The tiki, I'm not sure. I think he'll be number 5 or number 6 in copper. I did a few in silver. Like I said, I've got more if I need be, and I may throw that one piece in there. Even some of this, some of my breaker salvaging and little motors and other stuff. That's pure copper as well. I think I might pull that out and throw that in there. That'll melt up real fast, but I think I'll definitely probably throw him in there. Throw him in the bath, get that going. Let me take a look at the chat here. Pouring silver copper day. Got a vacuum. All right, collector. Vacuum. Yeah, Mrs. T-Bird calls me a vacuum. I won't say the second word because I don't like the vacuum, but I get into vacuuming and I just keep going. Yeah, I hope everything's coming through 5x5. It should be. Like I said, I had a mishap a little while ago. I was positioning my Wi-Fi extender so I could be inside my garage and have Wi-Fi to do the live stream. I went to reposition it and it fell and crashed. It crashed to the ground. I reset it back up. One of the ears on the Wi-Fi extender broke, unfortunately. I don't know if it's still working or not, but it seems like it's doing its job. Hi, Russell. Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Woo, look at that. 15 likes. Looks like I got 21 people in there and 15 likes. Let me take a peek into that crucible, that furnace. Oh, yeah, she's going down even more. I'll give you guys another little peek in there. Let me see if I can't position you guys over here a little bit. Let you take a look. Let me make sure this camera's on there nice and snug. I'll let you guys peek in there real quick. I think I'll be able to get it over here like that. Okay, hold on. Make sure to get my PPE on here. I'll let you guys take a real quick peek down into the bowels of the crucible. It's not cherry red yet, but you can still see it's dropped quite a bit. It's down there almost halfway. And let me see, I will have to take my glove off. I'm just leaning this over the top. I don't want to leave that open too long, but I can maybe zoom you guys in a little and get this positioned right. Usually I'm holding the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold the camera like I normally do. I have to get it ways above it. I can zoom you down in there where you can actually see the copper. It's super glowing hot. I'm sure it's being molted. Taking a peek in there. Yeah, it's a little molted down towards the bottom. So I'd probably think about another 10 minutes maybe. But that's looking down the bowels of the crucible. Let me get that cover closed back up. There's my tongs for that. That way I don't have to be over by the heat. I'm going to put you guys back on, mount you guys back up. Oh, look back at the chat. Looks like I got an answer. Littlefoot, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Does that yellow bottle gas get hot? Hotter than the blue bottle of gas? Yes, it does. The blue bottle of gas is just regular propane. The gas is something different, and it gets much hotter. It's much hotter. I use the MAP gas. I'm not sure where they currently run. Back a few months ago, I think I bought like 7 or 8 cans of it. I bought the store completely out. I've got quite a few on stock on hand. Let's see. I got some kind of thing that popped up here. You got Broke Stacker. Woo! What's going on, Broke? Good to see you. Nice of you to stop by. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better now, Rakamas. Yeah, I know you said you weren't feeling too well. I got my quench water right there. As we get ready, when we get molten copper, let me take another peek in here. Like I said, it won't be too much longer. I'm gonna look back in there. Open that up. Yeah, I'll keep that closed up so that gets nice and hot. Because every time I open that up, it's going to cool it off just a little bit. And we'll pour this open sand cast pour of that blade that I got. Well, it's not the blade. It's a tack force knife. I got the idea just before I started the stream. One of my weld and carry knives. And I figured I'd do that, do something different. Ooh, live again. Yeah, I keep stepping in front of the camera, losing my signal. Dang it. I'm definitely going to have to buy another Wi-Fi Wi-Fi extender for sure. After that made its crash to the floor. Man. Yeah, that bummed me out when that happened. Yeah, this right here. I'm going to position it here where I've got the ears of the knife up towards the top, and I'm going to pour in this direction. A lot of times I like to get in a comfortable position for when I pour. So I usually will take another crucible, and I like to position myself where I I, I can get comfortable of where I want it to start, where I first started. I do like a temporary thing here where I just get it started where I find a good area of where I want to start and where how I want to pour. So I'm at a comfortable location. And this is one of my other pours I actually still got out here. This is one of my biggest pours that I've done. When I had reached 750, I did that. I forget how much that one weighs. Let me take a quick look here. Medicine stuff got a lot of lettuce, carrots. Yeah, we got a lot of wild lettuce and carrots around here too. I used to have some asparagus collector, but it died, unfortunately. I just stood in front of my dang camera again. Man. Oh. Boy, that makes me upset that I did that. Yeah, this was 29.69 ounces. 29.69 ounces. Yeah, that was a pretty hefty pour when I did that. If you ever want to take a look and see when I did that, I think I poured that live as well. I did that. It should be in my playlist underneath copper and silver pours. It's 4:45. It's been about, let's see, since I started it, it's about 30 minutes. Shouldn't be too much longer, and I should have molten copper. And I got to step away from being from on the side of the camera between where my Wi-Fi signal is, or I'll get that death circle of death again. I didn't see what you're pouring. You're me pouring. Asparagus is good roots. Last 20 years. Yeah, it does. I had them in an area, and I don't know what had happened. I had them probably for about 7-8 years. And it's a knife. It's a knife handle. It's a knife handle. I've had this for quite a while. Here's the other side of it. It's a tack force knife. Um, I think it says it right on the handle, tack force. I don't know if I can get that focused in or not. That's a tack force knife. And the only place I've ever seen it, or the only one that I ever know that has one like it, is Minty Cactus. She said she's seen it on my short and said she has one just like it. It's a pretty cool knife. I like it. I collect a lot of things, just like you do. But yeah, I'm going to pour that, make a cast pour, copper cast pour of that handle. I'd press that in the kinetic play sand just before I started the live, and within the meantime, during the live, I put it back in there and I compressed it in there a little bit more to make sure I got as good as detail as I can get. And I think that's going to be the first thing I'm going to pour. I'm not sure how much that's going to weigh, but we already had scrap metal racing earlier. Tried to guess at 8 ounces right off the bat before even pouring it. Yeah, you're very welcome. Oh, that's for Dennis. Yeah, me too. I know. Another YouTuber reaching out to you. I might be pouring some knife bolsters for him. Awesome. That's cool. Cool, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Neil. Yeah, I just collect a bunch of different types of knives. I got a lot of older, unique knives. I seem to collect a few. Not as much as Weldon Carey collects, though. Weldon Carey, he's got a huge collection of knives. Let me take a look, see how that copper's doing. Woo! Oh, it's getting close. It's getting down there. Won't be too much longer. It's taking a little longer than I expected. I think it's probably because I kept opening it and closing it. The more I open it and close it, the longer it's going to take. But appreciate you guys hanging out here with me. Let me see here. Look over at my phone. Yeah, it looks like I It's showing I got 11 people and 22 likes. Woo! Yeah, I got looking at my phone here. Thank you, bro. Thank you, brother. Rubberneck. Woo! Good to see you. Yeah, I was gonna wait till a little later on, till about probably 6:30 or 7, but I got plans once I get done doing this live stream pouring. I'm gonna go enjoy myself. We got such nice weather. It's about 50 degrees out here. Debating on whether to take. Are you guys zoomed in? Yeah, you are. You zoomed in a little bit. I'm gonna take one of the dirt bikes out. I ain't gonna take Mrs. T-Bird's mini bike, but that's mine. That one's mine there. I'll probably take that dirt bike out, or I'll go for a ride on my UTV. UTV scrap metal racing. Woo! Yeah, I'm gonna go have some fun after this live stream. You gotta have fun. That was really nice. I wish I could have hung out longer in your hey, Linda Bob mom. Woo! Bird's the word. Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by, Linda Bob. You're waiting for under 80s? Wow. Yeah, it's 54 degrees here right now inside my garage. It may be a few degrees warmer outside. It's maybe like around maybe 60. The garage with the cement floor and everything will tend to hold all the heat or hold the cold. So it cools off pretty good. We got a frost advisory and alert for tonight. So it's going to dip down below 32 degrees for sure. It has a couple of different times. But we're getting into that fall weather. You got to get some storms Saturday? Oh, my. Man. So Saturday, that means probably Sunday, late Sunday, that's going to come my way because you're west of me. You're a little south, you're southwest of me by quite a little ways, but your weather, your Michael Stacken's weather always comes my way about a day and a half, 2 days later. So you can be my weatherman, Rockamas. You're my weatherman. Every time you get the weather, it's coming my way. Gatioso! Woo! There's the T-Bird emojis. Buenos dias, señorita. ¿Cómo está? Hola. Hola, Tabella Forge. I even got the accent, don't I? Yeah, I speak. It's hard. I was on I think it was Michael Stacken's, and we had a Hispanic guy out there that was talking. I couldn't quite pick up what he was saying, Gatia, because I can't read Spanish. I can speak it, and if I speak it like doing the speech text, it changes it into the text that it's supposed to be. But I can't type it or I can't spell it. But I can speak it. No, I parle français. Anybody speak French? I parle français, French, comme ci, comme ça, un peu, 45% French. Comment ça va? Or comment allez-vous? So. Oh, man. Yeah, we got hit last night, I think, with another earthquake. Mrs. T-Bird watches the earthquake things and whatnot on YouTube. I can't think of the guy's name. I used to watch him years ago, but even a couple of nights ago, we had a 2.6 earthquake that had hit probably about 40 miles from us. There was like a big bang and everything shook a little bit, not too bad, but only for a couple of seconds, and that was it. Parlez-vous français? The broke is doing the parlez-vous français? Bonjour, mon ami. Comment ça va? Ça va bien? Moi, comme ci, comme ça. I'm doing okay. So. I'm tired. Long day, working and everything. You know, the bird wants to come home and relax and rest and go do a little playing on my toys. Let me take another quick peek here into the crucible. Oh man, yeah, it won't be long. We're still. I see liquid towards the surface, but there's still some strands. I'm debating whether or not to turn around and put more pieces in there. Maybe I might. Yeah. What do you guys think? Okay, let me do a poll. Should I? Let me see. I got to scroll down my laptop to do this. Let's do a poll. Oh, create a poll. Just a simple yes or no. I guess I'll have to type. I guess melt or not to melt. I'll put melt. Just melt question mark. If you want me to melt this, click yes. If you don't want me to melt it, click no. I'm talking about this little piece right here. He was a leftover piece from my last copper pour. He was what was left inside. He looks like a little rook or a little knight. I don't know. There's nothing important about it. It was just leftover copper. A lot of times I put the leftover copper back in. That was what was left inside the crucible as I was pouring out. Usually it gets a little metal, a molten ball down there. But if you think I ought to melt it, let me know. You guys be the judge. You think I ought to keep it? 100% saying melt so far. Well, he's going to go take that little pond piece. He's going to take the dive. It looks like as of right now, he's not being saved. He's going to take the dive into the dip. Yes, he will. Oh boy, solid. I got completely molten copper. All that has dropped. Let me let you guys look into the bowels of the crucible. And let me get my PPE on. Yes, bro, got my PPE right here, brother. Oh, definitely when it comes to this. Definitely. Oh, man. I'm going to plop him right in there. It won't take him long to melt. Now that metal, copper metal, 1200 degrees Celsius. I'm not going to zoom you down in there, but I'll let you watch me drop him in there. Bye-bye. Here he goes. Whoop. He's going to melt. Oh, yeah. He's falling in there. Okay, let me take this off. I'll let you guys look down into the bowels of the crucible, and then we'll get into some pouring. I'll probably let it set for a few minutes, though, because I'm going to be lifting this up, and I want the top of the crucible to be nice and cherry red. And I'm probably a couple of feet above it. See if I can't zoom you guys in here. You can see the little piece down there. I got to zoom in and that. Oh, what? No, I don't want to share anything. It's getting a little difficult. There we go. You can see the very tip of him. He's falling into the liquid. He's sticking in there just a little bit in the middle. He's sinking. He's sinking. Kind of hard because I'm zoomed in quite a ways up. But if after the 11 o'clock, you can see him start to fall in and the liquid surrounding him. He's already into the lava. He's into the molten copper lava. All right, I'm going to close this back down so that top piece can heat back up nice and cherry red. I'll zoom you guys back out. I love that. I don't know if you guys enjoy that as much as I do, but I like looking down into the bowels of the crucible. As if you guys didn't know that, right? Okay. Who else we got in here? Ray and Sandy. Woo, you're blind now. You're blind. You're blind. I'm causing you a lot of grief, ain't I, Ray? I'm making you gain weight, put on weight. I'm affecting your vision, making you go blind. Man, what kind of guy am I? I apologize, brother. I apologize. That's some awesome work. Man, you're doing some great work, Ray. Oh, man. Hold on. You guys got to check out some of the work that he does. I don't know if any of you have subscribed to Ray and Sandy, but you need to be. You need to go check him out, give him a little love, show him a little support. I'm going to open him up in another tab here, and I'm going to grab his link and go give him a sub, give him a like. If you're not subscribed to him, please give him a comment and tell him that T-Bird sent you. Give me a moment here, and I'll get it. Unless Raka beats me to it. Raka Moss just might beat me to it. She's pretty good. Share channel. Oh, right there. There it is. Let me see if I beat Raka. I might not have. I still got to scroll down. Dang it. There we go. There's Ray. There's Ray and Sandy's. Go check him out. Check him out. Give him a sub. If you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. Check out his channel. He makes some awesome jewelry boxes and rings boxes. He does awesome, man. I love this stuff that he does. I tinker around and do stuff like that, but I'm not even set up for it yet. Yeah, I've got table saws. I got compound miter saws. I've got, oh man. The only thing I don't have is a lathe. I want a lathe. I don't think you have a lathe either, idea. I want to get a lathe one of these days. When I fully retire, I'm getting a lathe for out here, and I'm going to be doing some wood projects too, brother. I've always liked to dabble around making stuff out of wood. It's awesome. It's an awesome hobby. Okay, let me get back down here. Nobody wanted to save that pond piece. He got melted. He got melted. All right, let me get you guys positioned a little better. So when I get ready to pour, because I know I got molten copper in there. It's completely molten, and that's warming up real nice. It's warming up real nice. Guess I'll pour him first. Then I'll go from there afterwards. And I'll fight whatever I got left, because I'm not sure how much that's going to be. I know earlier Scrap Metal Racing was talking probably be like around 8 ounces. I don't think he was probably far off. I'm trying to think about what it may be. It all depends on how deep I went with it. The only trouble with that piece, let me zoom you guys in too a little bit so you can see it, and I'll get you positioned for the pour and the quench. Just got to move my stand. If I can't zoom you guys in so you can see everything. As good as can be expected. I'd like to bring you closer than that, but I mean, I could, but then I'd have to reset everything up. I don't have a stand that low. I know when I do my videos, I get you right down there, right in the middle where you can see the copper, liquid copper coming right out of there. Beware, the bird is talking dirty. Did I say anything dirty? I didn't mean to, and if I did, I apologize. Yeah, collector says 10. Collector says 10 ounces. Woo! Take some pre-guesses if you want. I do got my scale out here. We'll weigh it out afterwards if you guys want to think about what you think that might be. I actually wanted to put more metal in there as it was molten, but this won't take nothing. This won't take nothing. Maybe I can take that copper wire off from there real quick, and I can throw that in. That'll only take seconds to melt. Yeah, I can throw him off in a ball. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. That way I can consume some of my scrapping stuff here. Yeah, it won't take that much longer. I'll ball that all up and I'll toss that right in there. It's some really fine copper wire. Why not? Why not? Let's throw this in there, right? Let me toss that in there. That won't take very long. That 1200 degrees Celsius, whoo, that won't take long at all. There it goes. Poof. Gone in there. Now that did have maybe just a little bit of something other than, I'm going to step him back a little bit because it did make some fumes. I got some fumes coming out of there. I don't want to be in the middle of the fumes. So that might have had a little bit of coating on top of that copper. And it's backed up probably about 10 feet. I'm more out of the way of the fumes. I'm glad I got a nice breeze that's going through here. Hey, Steve LaPointe, good to see you. Hey, Matthew, thank you so much for stopping in. Oh. Give me just a moment here, guys. There we go. looking down into the crucible. Yeah, it's almost melted. That extra little copper I put in there is just about molten. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes. Let's see, we have Steve LaPointe saying hi to Ray. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by. All righty. You guys ready? I'm going to come grab this, and I'm going to give this a quick test before I do. Make sure I'm still where I want to be at, in case I didn't move that. Getting myself positioned. I'm going to start here. I'm going to pour right down like that. I'm hoping I get those ears. I hope it flows into those ears. The ears of that knife that I did. Yeah, when I compressed that into the sand, I got those two little side ears where you flop the knife out. I don't think it's going to give me the impression of the crosses on there, but I'm going to get the outlay of it. I'm hoping the copper will flow right into there. It should. Here we go. Here we go. Hot stuff. Hot stuff coming up. Woo! We got some copper in there. It's heavy. Oh, I float over a little bit on the bottom. I was trying to get those ears filled up. That's all right. Afterwards, I'll take that off. That's a pretty hefty pour. Woo! Towards the back there. I can turn that off afterwards. It's the Flaming Sword. It's still molten. I can tell. You guys can't see it. Yeah, the angle of it, a lot of the metal was flowing towards the back, which means when I compressed that, I compressed it lower on the back side. So a lot of the metal was flowing back. I didn't even have to drag it back, but I was trying to get it to where it would fill in those ears. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that out of there, and I'm going to knock it down on the floor to get some of that kinetic sand off, and we're going to quench it. Yeah, it's on fire. Woo! It's solidified up. Yeah, it may be a little molten in the middle. I don't know. The Flaming Sword handle. Woo! We knock that off here. Get some of that sand off from here. Yeah, that's a hefty pour. That's a hefty pour. I'm going to set this right up here so I get a good handle on it. I've got to be careful about me quenching this, because I got to do a slow quench on this thing. I'm going to have to do a slow quench on this. Otherwise, it's going to pop on me. Here we go. You guys ready? Ready for the quench? Here we go. It's going to be a slow quench because I don't want it to pop on me. Here we go. Taking a little precaution in case there's any molten metal in the middle. If I do a slow quench on it, it won't pop. I won't get no steam explosion. There it is. Woo! Wow. Yeah, that came out pretty nice. Wow. It's heavy. It's heavy. Oh, man. Is that heavy? Woo! Oh, scrap metal's here. Woo! Oh, man. Let's take a look at that. Wow. 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 I am impressed. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. But wow. Wow. It came out a little better than I even thought. Like I said, this is extra metal because it was angled towards the bottom. I had it compressed at a little bit at an angle, and the metal flowed towards the bottom, and I was trying to fill the top so I could get the top. Wow. Wow. That is sweet. Yes. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Woo! Man, I'm excited. That came out awesome. That came out better than I even expected. Well, this is just a nylon brush. It doesn't really have any, I don't usually get patina on that in the kinetic play sand. So I'm going to use this wire brush and brush this just a little bit. So it takes off any of those, the pieces of sand that sticks with it. And like I said, I've got hacksaws and other stuff where I can take out that little chunk off to the side. And I got grinding wheels and whatever. I'm going to take that other piece off. If you guys want to guess what you think this might weigh, think about it. Think about what you think this weighs right now. Oh man. Wow. Ah, I can't believe how nice that came out in kinetic play sand. Because that's a more of a coarse sand. Wow. OMG. Wow. Let's have you guys take a look. Look at the detail. Look at I didn't expect those pieces to come out on the flip handles right there. I did not expect those to come out at all. And you can kind of see them. You can see the rivet up on the top. You can clearly see the cross. You can see the little rivet. A little rivet right there. Clear as day. The little piece underneath and the rivet on the bottom. Look how awesome that came out. Wow. I am pretty impressed. Like I said, all I need to do is just cut this piece off right there, and I'll do a little bit of grinding around there. But as it stands, wow, that came out awesome. That is sweet. Look at that. All this missing is a knife. But check out that piece. That is wicked. Anybody have any? Oh, we do got guesses. Tim is saying 12 ounces. We have Gatia also saying 5. Steve LaPointe 8. Dennis Menace is saying 240 grams. More like it. I might have missed some stuff. I was looking at it. I apologize. Let me scroll back here just a little bit. Mint chocolate says 64 grams. Yeah, 640 grams. Wow. Scrap Metal Racing is still sticking with the 8 ounces. Wow. Wow. Oh, let's see. I'm going to have to reposition you guys so you can see how much this actually is. Let me open up my scale and then I'll reposition everything. Turn my scale on. If I move my mouse, I may move this over and I can put the tripod over here so you guys can get a look at it, at the weight. I'll zoom you in. Get your guesses in for bragging rights. I have to put you guys a little sideways. You guys see the zeroing? I think you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Alrighty, you guys ready? Let's put it into grams. We'll go with grams first because we did get a guess at 640 grams. I don't know the conversion from grams to whatever off the top of my head. Ooh, 412.1 grams. I don't know if you've seen that. 412.1 grams. Now let's convert that over to ounces. Woo! Wow. 14.54 ounces. It's going to lose a little bit because I'm going to be cutting that piece off and make sure it's on 0. Tear it out. I'm on 0. I'm on grams or ounces. 14.53. 14.53. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's hefty. It's probably going to lose. Let me zoom you guys back out here. it's going to lose probably, like I said, at least, I'm guessing maybe an ounce. It's probably going to lose about an ounce, ounce and a half when I take that piece off. When I cut that out right there, I'll probably grind this down just a little bit off to the side, that little extra lip, and I'll cut that piece right out. And I'll use my Dremel tools to make it nice and smooth. Wow. I'm just so in awe because I never expected the cross part of that to come out. It was so shallow. It was Muscle Shell. Good to see you. Steve LaPointe was close. I don't know if he did after the fact, but that cross is very, very shallow. You can see where there's hardly anything. There's no depth to it. There's hardly any depth. I really didn't think that was going to come out. Not like that. Not like that. There it is. Let me see how much copper I got in there. I got to have at least about 10 ounces in there. Oops, I forgot to knock down the little ladle. I got the little ladle piece sticking in there. It ain't much. But I've got a nice liquid pool of copper down there. That's knocking down, and it's sinking it's sinking. It's only going to take a minute. Let's get you guys repositioned over here, and we'll pour either a tiki pour or a coin. That's going to be at least about 2.5 to 2 3/4 ounces if I pour that. That tiki bar will probably be about 1.5 ounces maybe. I'll have to heat them up with the MAPP gas. Looks like I got something in there. Let me get my regular wire brush here and brush this out just a little bit without getting any water. And I'm gonna have to hit it with the MAPP gas. Warm those up just a little bit. I don't know if I want to do a back to back or do 2 or do 1 at a time. Let me see. Let me just do the 1. Let me do the 1, and then I'll do the coin. Let me see if I can get myself in a good position here. I want to position this before I heat it up. Get some things out of my way. And of course, I already took my safety gloves off because I don't need them right now. We'll do the tiki. We'll do a tiki bar. We'll do a tiki bar first. And we'll see if we can get him to scream. We'll get him to scream. Get the gas, and I'll heat that up just a little bit. Maybe I'll keep you guys right here, and I won't zoom you in. Always good to see all of you. J-Dog! Got J-Dog right there. Right there. Here's J-Dog. Yeah, I got J-Dog. Who's that? Who can guess who that is? That's Share Bear. Share Bear. Yeah, Share Bear is so awesome. Okay, I'll put you down here like that. Maybe I'll zoom you in a little bit when I get ready to pour it so you guys can see it a little better. Tilt it down just a little bit. I'm going to do that. Quench. It could be. Yeah, Medley. I know. My bad too. I slip sometimes. Medley Corrupted. That should be more than fine. I have a smaller pours. I'm getting down there. It's a little more difficult to pour, but this should be fine. See if I make a little tiny tiki bar or a big tiki bar. Here we go. You guys ready? Woo! Big fat tiki bar. Woo! Big fatty. Yeah. Oh boy, I hope I'm gonna have enough for that coin pour. I don't know. Tiki bar. I have poured yet. I can't pull him out of there. No, then he can flip him around. Oh yeah, ready to hear him squeal? Woo! Little scream. Yeah, I dropped it. Set that down. I'll reach into the water. Oh, bath water. Yeah, it's nice and warm. He's gonna have some red patina on him. He's gonna have some nice details on the back too. Some nice different characteristics in the back. Yeah, he's gonna be a big guy. He's gonna be my heaviest one yet. You guys want to take any guesses on that guy? Take a guess. We'll weigh him real quick. Let me move this out of the way. Shouldn't be hot right there. A little warm. No, that's fine. That's fine. That way I don't got to hold you guys all over the place. Just so I don't melt that. That way I can just push you guys over. Now some guesses. I think this is going to be my heaviest one yet. Woo! Steve LaPointe says 3 ounces. 3.2 says scrap metal. Later on, I'll get him cleaned up. I don't got no copper cleaner out here, so I can't really clean him up. Here we go. I'm going to weigh him. Oh, he's not as hefty as I thought. Tim Evans said 5 ounces. No, 5 ounces is way too much. He is my heaviest one, 1.89. And Marsh, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. If you can't, I'll zoom you in just a little bit. I really went over with him. I thought he was going to be my heaviest one. He's not though. He is my heaviest one, but I thought he would be heavier than that. Yeah, 1.89. Yeah. There we go. Set him right there. That I hadn't heated up yet. I don't know if I got enough copper for that or not. That usually holds about 2. You guys don't even guess now. It usually holds around 2.7 roughly. Somebody beat them. 2.7 liquid copper. This is going to be more difficult because of the fact that when you get low on when you're in the 3 kilo and you're pouring it out, you got so little copper in the bottom. You gotta, when you go to tilt the crucible, you almost, even at an angle like that's horizontal, it's the metal doesn't want to flow out. You have to bring it to a negative incline before it even starts to go. You got to go beyond that, and then it just flies out of there like grease lightning. And a lot of times it'll come out and it'll splatter. J-Dog knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. But I'm usually pretty good with it. Let me grab a quick drink of my coffee here. Woo! Woo! Come on, back me up, scrap metal. Yes, it does. It does take practice for sure. Steady hand and practice. Let me heat that up with a MAPP gas torch just to make sure that it's nice and warm. It only takes a second or two. Just want to get any type of moisture out of there. I didn't really test it to see if I was comfortable in that angle or not. Let me just make sure I'm at a comfortable angle. I got it where I want it to be, even though now I got to pour it up. Yeah, anyway, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, J-Dog. Mentally corrupted. Take your link, throw your link up. He pours as well. Just almost every Friday, and I'm sure he's going to be doing a silver pour tomorrow. Mishy Stacker, good to see you. Woo! Throw your link up. You don't have steady hands? Well, you do a pretty good job at it. You have good ripples. Yeah, throw your link up, J-Dog. Go check him out. He does pouring. He does a lot of silver pouring. Here we go. We're going to pour that coin pour. Here we go. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. Woo! Bang! Boom, bang! I still got some copper in there. Oh, I might got enough to do a tiki bar after. Woo! Oh, man, that's going to have some nice design pours. Yeah, we're going to do a nice quick quench with this guy. Let me turn you down. We're just going to drop him in there. Did you hear that roar? Did you hear that roar, collector? Oh, you can almost see the red patina on him too. You can see the red patina. He's going to be real nice. Check out those lines. Almost looks like the tree of life. Can you see it? I can see something looks like the tree. I see the tree of life. Do you see it? Man. Wow. I also see a phoenix right there. See the phoenix? You can see a tree of life. You can see a phoenix. Wow. That's gonna look cool after it's cleaned up. That's number 6. That's number 6. Let's set him right down there. You know, speaking of the tree of life, I haven't done anything with it yet, but I've got to take a Frey and Sandy. Share Bear, you heard me talking about you. There she is. There's my Share Bear. Ooh, there's a close up. Smile. You're on candid camera. Woo. Let me show you guys something real quick here. It's when I down some trees earlier this year, and I'm gonna get a side shot. I cut open. I cut some wood. and I kid you not, this is one half of it. You can see a tree in there. I took a skill saw and tried to cut. The skill saw wasn't enough to cut off little slivers. I cut one off and it kind of burnt it a little bit, but that'll come right off. But I want to get something to where I can slice them in half, polish them up, stain them. I don't know if Ray and Sandy's still here, but I want to make some coasters out of those. And here's the other half of it that I hadn't cut a piece off from yet. But I don't know how many pieces I can get, but you can see the reverse of that. The tree of life inside that piece of wood. I thought that was kind of cool. And I'm going to get my table saw, or I'm going to get my compound miter saw, and I'm going to slice off some slices, maybe, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch thick. I don't want to go too thin because they'll break and crack. But let's see what else. Let me see. Let me get this out of here. We'll do another tiki bar forks. I still got copper. I still got molten copper. Let's see here. Dinner. Take care. Thank you for stopping by, collector. And we'll pour another one of him. It's going to be a little more difficult. Like I said, I'm getting down towards the end. There ain't hardly any copper left in there. Let me heat him up real quick. Woo! Oh, 33 likes. Woo! Awesome. Give him a little heat. Just a little. He didn't even need that much. Okay. Safety gloves. There we go. That position. This is going to be more difficult. Oh, he might be a light one. Woo! Oh, we got just a little bit more in there. Another tiki. Can't pick him up with that. Here we go. Listen for him to squeal. I'll point you guys back down here. He's going to scream. He took a while to scream. Wow. He might have enveloped some air around him or something. He took a little bit. I'm guessing he's going to be about the same. I'm guessing he's going to be about the same. I'm just going to check. I stood in front of my camera again. The connection to my Wi-Fi. The other one was 1.89. This one was 1.87. Very, very close to the other one that I poured earlier. This is the one that I poured earlier. night. Like I said, my Wi-Fi signal, I stepped in front of my camera. I poured him earlier. He was 1.89. This one I just poured 1.87. He's got some cool lines and designs in the back. He's going to have some red patina too. So I got to kind of keep these so I know which ones they are. I'm going to set these over here. And we're going to turn around. I'll reposition you guys over here. I'll keep you like that. I'm going to go ahead and just try to do another one. I got enough. I think I got enough, but I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. It's not much left. No, I got a Wi-Fi extender, Steve LaPointe, from my inside of my home. It's extended my Wi-Fi to my garage, and I brought it out to the front part of my garage to where I could have good reception in here. And just before I did my live stream, I repositioned it, and then it fell, hit the cement, and one of the antennas broke on it. So now I'm working for it with a damaged Wi-Fi. And when I step between that extender and my phone right here that I'm streaming from, it wants to disconnect for a short time. So I have to try to stay away from being between the two. I'm going to have to definitely go. I've been talking about buying a new Wi-Fi extender and a new Wi-Fi. I'm going to have to do it sooner than I had planned, but it's no biggie. I just been procrastinating too much. I should have done it weeks and weeks ago. But here we go. Just a little bit of copper in there. Let's see if we can't get him poured. Do one more. And like I said, don't be surprised if I don't make a mess. It can happen. It's more difficult when you get a little bit of metals, molten metals in there. I do have some molten metal in there. Let's see if we can't pour another one here real quick. Oh, he's a little guy. I ran out. Oh, man. Yeah, he's going to be a little guy. I'm going to turn that two auto furnace off. He's going to be just a little bitty guy. He popped right out of there. Let's do a quench on him. Yeah, he's just a little guy. Oh, that's cool. I'll go over what I poured. Let's see. I don't know if anybody's interested in even trying to guess on this, but I move this off to the side because that's how I just took my safety gloves off. And my fire bricks are just slightly warm. I'll be able to set this over here if you guys want it on him. We're talking ounces. Ounces. We got a few guesses. What do you think it is in ounces? 35 thumbs up. Awesome, Raka. Woo! Looked like you had a few drops left. Yeah, there was a little bit left in there, but it was starting to solidify up. There wasn't much left in there at all. There was just a little bit on the very bottom. I'll use that for the next time. I'll show you what was left in here in just a moment. We'll do a weight on everything all together to see what the total, how much I had in there. We got some guesses. 0.99 ounces. Wow. He's just 0.01 shy from being 1 ounce. Basically 1 ounce piece. Basically a 1 ounce piece. You guys couldn't see the numbers, but I can zoom you in if you don't believe me. He's just a little guy. He's a little guy. All right, let's get that out of the way here. Let me turn around and see if that stuff is solidified up, because there was just a little piece that was solid enough. I think it was. War, good to see you, brother. Yeah, I got a little bit in there. Let me just try to see if I can knock that out. It wasn't enough that was out. Oh. Let me set this over there. And the other, I'm going to turn around. I'm taking that out of there. He pulls that up. And I'm going to set this, which I already did behind the scenes. I'll turn you guys around so you can see what I did. Take my gloves off. I got a little ladle piece. And what I did is I took my crucible out of here. out of here and I sat it in there. I got a little tiny ladle piece in there and there was a little tiny puddle on the bottom. And that'll help it cool off and I can knock it out and I can show it to you guys. Well, I can now. We'll do a quench on it. Let me turn this back over here and I'll knock him out and I'll show you what was left in there. What was left that started to solidify up. That's what was left in there that was solidifying up. If I would have poured faster, I probably would have got more of that out of there. But there's the ladle. Let's do a quench on him. Do a quench. Maybe we'll get some funky colors. Who knows? Woo! Yeah, no funky colors. No funky colors. Let me see how much that is. I'll let you know. Probably another ounce there. 1.5 ounces. Yeah. Alrighty. You guys want to take a guess on how much metals I had today? How much copper I had? When I first got my first pour, the very first one is right here. That's the knife that I poured. I got a little extra. I'm going to cut that off afterwards. But including that amount, you guys know what that was. That weighed. If you were here earlier, I got that piece. Then I got the coin piece that I poured. I said it almost looks like there's a phoenix in there, or a tree of life. Cool designs in there. Almost looks like I see a deer with antlers. It's right there at the top, the antlers. And the deer. The phoenix. If you look at it, all depends on which way you look at it. Got that piece. Then, where did I put them? I got the two other tiki bars that I poured. 1.89. And the other one, 1.87. Crucible. Any guesses? Start throwing it up there. Oh, I'm standing in front of the camera again. Dang it. I'm standing in front of the camera again. Get off to the side. I blocked my signal. Looking for the weight. I'm going to start adding this up. You guys want to guess? Take a guess. I'm going to cover it up in a minute. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you guys can't see that. But I'm going to start piling up there. Your total amount of copper in ounces, what you think I had in there. I'm going to start loading this up. You guys will see, and I'll zoom in of how much copper I had in there. I originally said what I thought I had in there, and I was pretty close. I don't think you guys can see that. I'm not zoomed in, so you shouldn't see it. Wow. Woo! Aloha Hawaiian, good to see you. Steve LaPointe says 20. Aloha Hawaiian, if I'm saying that right, it says 24. Residence Rev, dang it. Sorry, dang it. I'm standing in front of the camera again, between the Wi-Fi and my camera. All right, here it goes. I'll zoom you guys in. I'll move it over just a little bit. And it just shut off on me. Aloha Hawaiian was very close. It's almost 24 ounces. Almost 24 ounces. $23.79 ounces. Oh, you guys can't quite see that, can you? Or can you see it? $23.79 ounces. regular ounces. We don't weigh it in troy. It's not a precious metal, only silver and gold. Good job, Holoa Hawaiian, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Camera again. Yeah, I'm standing in front of the camera again. I'm trying to stay away from it between my Wi-Fi connection and my phone. Every time I step in front of it, it cuts out. I'll show the pieces off again. One more. This was the leftover piece, about 1.5 ounces. It had some little puddle down at the bottom that had started to freeze up. It was solidifying up as I poured it out. And I did that last one. And we got that last guy right there. He was just under an ounce. That tiki, just under an ounce. And then we had, I don't know which one of these, which one. This is the littler guy. That was the second one that I'd poured. That little guy was the third one that I poured. He was 1.87 ounces. It's got some cool designs in the back. Then we have this guy, Fat Tiki, 1.89. He was the first one that I poured. He's got some cool lines too. And this was the coin that I poured. I forget how much he was. Take a quick look here. 2.97, almost 3 ounces. 2.97 ounces, basically 3 ounces. Then the sword handle or the knife handle, 14.53. And I didn't think the detail was going to come out on that as good as it did, and it came out real nice. He's going to lose a little weight when I take off this extra piece. I'll take that off. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for stopping in and joining me for T-Bird Thursday T-Bird pour. We'll try to do this again. Maybe next time I'll pour some silver. Next pour, and I don't know, I'll pour copper or I'll pour silver. I'll do both. But I'll have to get everything all set. Thank you so much, Dennis Metz. Thank you, Resident Rev. Thank you, Steve LaPointe. Thank you, Mint. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rakamas, as always. Steve LaPointe. Yeah, I met you. Aloha Hawaiian, if I'm saying that correctly. Ray and Sandy, thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate you. Alrighty, guys. There was a lot of you else out there. I apologize if I didn't say hello, goodbye to you. If I haven't said goodbye to you, just throw something in the chat and I'll say goodbye. Bird's the word. Yeah. Need a countdown. Woo!